wheel off the ground there. That's just powering off the ground. All right. Hey friends, we're back here at Tampa Triumph, and I thought I'd take this really nice looking blue Trident out for a spin. I've never ridden the Trident. I think Brian, when we came here to test ride something a few months ago, and Brian took the Trident out. And this is basically the same platform as their new 660 Daytona. So this has a 660 triple in it. This one came factory with the quick shifter. So this is a 25. All the 25s come with the quick shifter now. You don't have to add it on. It's got upside down Showas on it. Nissan branded brakes. What a cool little bike, man. I love it. I think it looks really... I've always thought these Tridents looked really good. Wow, really soft, cushy seat. Oh, this thing is so comfortable. Now, this is the motorcycle for the commute, right? Just a nice entry-level bike. Silky smooth. There's that silky smooth Triumph triple. What mode are we in here? Let's go to modes. Sport mode. We're in sport mode. Yay. Okay, let's go for a little ride and see what this Trident is all about. And away we go. Oh yeah. This thing is a blast. Okay, well, I've never ridden one before, like I said. The riding position, right off the bat, it's the first thing that really grabs my attention here. It's kind of cramped. It's got a really nice carve out on the tank here, so when your legs are up on the tank, it feels really nice. I like that. My mirrors are all wacky here. It feels very agile, very flickable. That little 660 comes alive when you spin it up there. The brakes feel really good. Very balanced, not too tall. I can flat foot this. I'm 5'10". Might be a little tall for shorter people, but I think you'd have no problem on your toes. Now, back to the riding position though, it does feel like, I feel like the bars are a little close and the seat and the tank are kind of, let's see if I go back on the seat a little bit, it's got a ridge for the passenger section. So I'm back. It still feels kind of, now my arms have no bend to them. Oh man, this thing is fun. I'm just so impressed with how silky smooth the 660 engines are. This has a pretty basic dash, but it's functional. It's got the high contrast. In other videos I keep calling it high vis, but what I really mean is high contrast. So it's very easy to read. Oh wow, what a nice bike. The brakes feel really nice and solid, not too grabby, but not weak. I wonder if they tuned it different. The Daytona I rode, where I was kind of complaining about the brakes being a little weak. Maybe they tuned it up a little bit on the 25s. This one has cruise control. That's a plus. The quick shifter. Man, she's ready to go. I love the blue and black and white color scheme on it. Really attractive bike, and I think I'm pretty sure you can get these under 10,000 brand new. Front wheel off the ground there. That's just powering off the ground. The bars are nice and high. I don't have much of a lean. There's a little bit, so it's, you know, it's a very standard riding position. My feet are not quite directly underneath me, but pretty close. This would be a fantastic first bike. You get into that quality premium Triumph brand, but this isn't the kind of bike that I think you'd get rid of real quick. You know, there's a lot of smaller bikes for beginners that, like, everybody tells you, oh, you're gonna, you know, don't go too small because you'll only have it for a year. Well, I don't think that's much of a problem if you know, you get a small bike for a very affordable price. You know, that's the investment in your learning curve, and you're getting into that comfort zone of riding a motorcycle. But I think you could definitely do that with this bike. But this bike you could have for 4 or 5 years before you're ready to move on to something else. Now I am starting to notice something weird. So that little, you know, the passenger seat is raised up. So there's that ridge there, and I'm actually like half sitting on the ridge. It's just kind of a strange feeling. But if I move forward, I feel a little too cramped. But it does feel sporty. It doesn't feel as much of a standard bike as, like, say, a Bonneville or something. This definitely reminds me more of, kind of got a street triple vibe to it. And get it out here and see. Of course, you know, with no fairing, you're going to get that inevitable wind in the chest. Now, this being a little demo ride, I can't. We're down in the city here. Everything's just a grid, so I'm not going to be able to really take it on any curvy roads, but it definitely feels like it would be a blast. An absolute blast. This is one of those bikes where, you know, you could just have a lot of fun on a weekend ride, but you could also commute to work on it very comfortably. It's extremely maneuverable, extremely balanced. The transmission shifts very nice and smooth, no clunkiness to it. Rain, road, sport. Okay. So it's got 3 modes. Let's see if it has auto canceling turn signals. No, it doesn't. That's alright. That's okay. We can give that a pass. You gotta keep the price down somehow, you know. now would be a good time for me to give a big shout out to Tampa Triumph, our good friends Tampa Triumph, who make these demo rides happen. Big thanks for them letting me take this 2025 Triumph Trident 660 out for a little test, a little demo ride. I don't want to call it a test ride, it's just a little, let's see how it feels. The suspension, that was a good, crossing those railroad tracks. So I think they've tuned this exactly where it should be. Not too hard, not too soft. It just feels right. Right for the condition, where it's firm enough where you'll have fun, but and also feel the road. You know, you're getting a lot of feedback from the road through the suspension, but soft enough where it's usable. It's not going to rattle your fillings out. Now these bikes, of course, you know, on sale at Tampa Triumph. You don't have to be local. If you see a bike, they just sold a bike to a gentleman who flew down from South Carolina, and he's going to ride the bike back home. He bought a T100. I think that's really cool. So yeah, don't think that just because, you know, this is here in Tampa, and if you don't feel like coming and getting yourself, they'll arrange to have it shipped to you. Which, hey, can't beat that. Okay, so here I'm on a little bit more open road. I'm doing 60 miles an hour, and the wind isn't bad. Yeah, I don't think it's ever going to be super bad at 60 miles an hour unless you've got a headwind that's just beating on you. I think it's when you get up to let's try 70 here. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely feeling it, you know. You could lean over a little bit more, I guess, but then you've got this really wacky bend in your arm. I like it. I would own this bike. I've always, ever since it debuted, I like the look of it. It's got a nice urban, fresh, modern look, but yet with some classic aesthetics to it, like the round headlight, kind of a retro tank, but yet the silhouette and everything is still very modern and contemporary looking. I think it looks cool. I love the two-tone paint, and they have it. You can get the yellow and black, orange and black, black on black. I think there's gray. So there's quite a few options. Boy, that little triple just purrs. Don't say it. Don't say silky. I did. I said silky. But it is. I can't help it. It's just a silky little engine. Whew, it's getting hot. It's got a nice soft clutch. I installed it. Nice, you know, great feeling brakes. I think anybody who's right off of the, who's just got their endorsement, who's right out of the class, could go down to the Triumph dealership and get a Trident and ride it home and be just happy as can be. Is it as knife edge as a street triple? No, but it does, it's close. It is actually surprisingly closer to a street than I was expecting. Yeah, it's got no problem just getting out into the traffic. Okay, now up here on this overpass, I'm definitely feeling the wind, even at just 50 miles an hour. But you know, maybe that won't bother you. It's not like it's blowing me. It's not like I'm having to hold on to, you know, I'm gonna get blown off the bike. It's just more noticeable on this because you don't have any kind of fairing. I think it's really cool that it comes with the quick shifter now. Previous models, you could have the quick shifter added, but they just told me that the 25s come with them, so that's pretty cool. And I'm very impressed that it has cruise control. This kind of, you know, more of a, is it an entry-level bike? I don't know. I don't know if I'd call it an entry-level bike. It kind of is and it kind of isn't. I mean, me as more of an, you know, a long time, what I consider to be an experienced, advanced skill level rider, I wouldn't have it as my only bike. But I might have it as a second bike, just as a jump on it and go get coffee or something, right? Or even commute to work. I like the suspension. The ergonomics feel a little better to me now at the end of the ride here. The seat is nice and soft, which is nice for this bike at this price point. It's not like they just threw a 2x4 on it. Quick shifter is nice and smooth, no clunks and issues there. Alright, so we're back. We're back to the dealership. Huge shout out. Thank you so much to the wonderful people at Tampa Triumph for letting me take a little spin on the 2025 Triumph Trident 660. It's an awesome little bike. I highly recommend it. I love the Triumph brand. Have you noticed that? Let's park it over here. I think this is where it goes. Oh, there's a red one. Red and black. Kind of the school bus orange. That's really cool. And we're done. Take the key out. Let's jump back here for a second and look at this. Yeah, here's three Tridents in a row. Good looking bike. I like it a lot. Well, thanks again, Tampa Triumph. That's a good looking Speed 400. All right. We'll see you next time, everybody.